Are you able to recognize and embrace love when you see it? This is a story about getting in touch with our better nature, rejecting a poor self image, your own self doubts, negative inner dialogue, and indeed the general opinions of others based on their view of us. Also, what are you willing to sacrifice to be the light in someone else's life? Are you able to look past the superficial and artificial barriers that cause us to disregard and reject those who may be deserving of our affection? This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com and theater reviewer for ChicagoTheaterandArts.com.
Yes, I took it to me. Well, the wind is picking up all day, oh yeah. It is driving to the liquor store. Yesterday with the sun, all the day 344.
Glassheart is a modern-day reimagining of the well-known tale of Beauty and the Beast, playing through February 23, 2025, at CityLit Theater on Chicago's North Side near Bryn, Mawr and Sheridan Road. These themes I mentioned are wrapped in a fantastical dramedy written by Chicago-based playwright Reno and directed by CityLit executive director Brian Pastor. Aoife, played by Kaylin Murray, is a young woman from Michigan newly arrived in Chicago. She's moved into an apartment managed by Elaine Carson, who, unbeknownst to her new tenant, happens to be a witch. Aoife's new neighbors are a cheerful woman about her own age living with a disagreeable, reclusive, and unsightly brother. In actuality, the brother, or the Beast, played by Mark Prack, is a European prince who has been put under a spell that has resulted in his overall repulsive countenance and behavior. The sister, also known as Only, played by Kate Evans, is in fact a former lamp that has been animated with human qualities who acts as his servant and overall caregiver. Only has taken it upon herself to move them both to America in order to seek a fresh start in the quest of finding someone who might love the prince, thus freeing each of them from the curse they're under. CityLit has assembled an all-star cast to introduce this Chicago premiere. Mark Prack's beastly performance was perfectly sorrowful and requisitely aggressive, providing much-needed contrast and volume to the otherwise mostly conversational tone of the production. Kate Evans literally lights up the stage with her ebullient optimism and pleasing nature. Generally, I was not sure about the need for the two short songs she sings, which initially seemed a bit out of place in this non-musical, but Evans' angelic voice made the interludes more than worthwhile. Kaylin Murray, new to Chicago, having moved from Washington, D.C. in 2023, is, based on this performance, hereby invited to stay, though I hope she's found less eccentric lodgings. Elaine Carson as the witch was both humorous and menacing. Think Aunt Clara from Bewitched meets Rosemary's Baby. By the way, this is not a child's version of the popular tale. Glassheart is a bit cerebral, inasmuch as it does not hit you over the head with its message. Indeed, I overheard two attendees saying, "I'm not sure what this was all about," as they exited the theater. Another commented that they were not certain of the name Glassheart, and why it was not revealed until the end. I have my own thoughts on that, but these comments might be a criticism worth reflecting on as the writer and production team take notes. This is essentially a one-set drawing room production, well written and well directed, with solid performances by everyone. Glassheart is at CityLit Theater, 1020 West Bryn Mawr in Chicago, on the second floor of the Edgewater Presbyterian Church, which is accessible via elevator. Running time is about 2 hours with one 10-minute intermission through February 23, 2025. Tickets are available online at citylit.org or by calling 773-293-3682. This is Reno Lovison at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, reminding you to like or share this episode or our podcast link with anyone you feel might enjoy it. Look forward to upcoming reviews of A Raisin in the Sun at the Court Theater and Hedda Gabler at The Den coming in February. At ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, generally we focus on lifestyle, culture, history, and local business that reflects our Chicago community. We want to share what we who live here do in Chicago and what we think might be of interest to you as a resident or visitor. We attempt to showcase multicultural and AIDS-diverse people, art, music, theater, and events, and strive to give a voice and added exposure to those who are not always in a position to get the attention of larger media outlets, perhaps because they're emerging personalities or because their message is directed to a niche audience. As always, if you need marketing and or social media video assistance for your business or organization, check out renoweb.net. Also, consider piano lessons for all ages at the Lakeshore Music Studio in the Lincoln Park, Old Town, Gold Coast area. Visit lakeshoremusicstudio.com for more information. Hey, thanks to Steve Solomon for the use of our Sometimes theme song, Foster Avenue Beach, which he wrote and which was recorded at the Edgewater Art Fair several years ago.
That's okay. We're going home.